You are watching What's Toys, and in this video, I'm going to review this BMW ride-on car for every aspect, so stay tuned and watch to the end. This car costs about $400 USD or 500 Canadian dollars and comes in 4 different colors. It can be considered a high-end price for a one-seater ride-on car. The car weighs 45 pounds, 48.8 inches in length and 21.7 inches in height. I've also measured the inside of the vehicle. Parents can use these measurements to compare with their kids and see if the car is the right size to them. The car's tires are made of rubber instead of hard plastic, which can only be found on high-end ride-on cars. Underneath the car, there's a foldable handle and 2 foldable small wheels. Parents can pull them out and drive the car by hand for easy transporting. The front wheels are handled by a sturdy axle connected to an electric motor for remote control steering. Now let's check the rear side of the car. The car is powered by 2 powerful 12-volt 550 12,000 RPM motors. 550 motors are roughly 40% more powerful than the regular motors. The car's suspensions are not very pronounced, but it's here to improve the ride quality. It's located near the rear wheel and secured under a cup. Under the car seat is where the motors are hidden, which protects them from hazardous environment like water damage. The motors are controlled by a circuit board that also receives remote control signals. Under the engine hood, there is some storage space and a fuse that can easily be replaced by hand. Below that, we can see another motor which is responsible for remote control steering and a 12-volt ampere-hour battery. The size of the battery is larger compared to other 12-volt ride-on cars, so more ponies are expected. On the right side of the dashboard, we have a charging port, the power switch, and the lighting switch. Also, did you notice this car has some fancy mood lights? A speed control switch that controls the speed of the car. And a gear switch. Push the stick to D for moving forward and R for backward. And P for parking. On the left side, we have an MP3 player. On it, there's a USB port. Parents can play their own music using a USB stick, a 3.5mm headphone jack, and a battery life indicator. The first button from right to left can turn the player on and off. The second button is for switch between musics. The third button switches between educational stories. And the fourth button switches between English classes.
Taking a picture. Unit 14 in the musical.
Besides that, the first and second buttons can adjust the volume of the sound. Overall, this MP3 player can certainly make some loud noises, but for the sound quality, I'd say it's better to play the music on your phone, which can provide you the same amount of embarrassment. The car doors are locked by this red button, which is to make sure they won't get opened by accident. The side mirrors are foldable, which saves you some teeny tiny spaces. The seat of the car is covered in leather, and the child will be safely secured in the seat with a 5-point seatbelt. And finally, the seating position is also adjustable with a small handle under the seat. The green light on the charger indicates it's time for another adventure, because the battery is fully charged. To pair the remote control, press and hold the button in the middle of the controller. When the lights start flashing, turn on the car. The right and left button control the steering of the car. And the up and down buttons control the car's forward and backward movement. The P button will park the car. The car cannot move unless you release the parking mode. The S button controls the speed of the car. There are 3 different levels of speed, which are indicated by the lights on the remote. For the durability test, since the car usually carries the weight of a child, I placed a water tank weighted 48 pounds, which is similar to the weight of a 6-year-old child, and set the speed all the way to the maximum to see how long the battery would last.
A few moments later.
Because it started to rain after 20 minutes of testing, I had to bring the car inside and continue the testing another day without recharging.
The next day.
I believe this might be the better simulation of real-world situations. In the end, the tested car can run over 1 hour carrying 48 pounds weight without dropping the speed. After continuously running for 1 hour, the speed drops, but the car still remains operational for another 20 minutes. Even after that, the car can still run at decent speed after the weight is removed. Allows parents to drive the car home for recharging. In a real-world scenario, children wouldn't drive the car continuously as seen in this test. Additionally, parents likely wouldn't keep the car at maximum speed at all times. Because of these factors, I'm confident that the actual playtime of this car in real-life usage will be much longer than what was observed during the test. It is important to note that battery life can also differ based on factors like weight and the condition of the ground. Overall, I believe this BMW ride-on car is one of the best one-seater. The realistic-looking front and tail lights, high build quality, unique metallic color and rubber tires set it apart from other ride-on cars. The powerful 550 motors as well as its spacious, comfortable and safe design further contribute to its appeal. However, the main concern is its price. At $500 for a one-seater is a premium option. While considering all the features it offers, the price is reasonable, but when looking at the essentials, most parents are only looking for something that has good size and can be remotely controlled. And all those needs can be well satisfied at $300 range. Thanks for watching Walls Toys. If you like this video, click like and leave a comment below. Please consider subscribing to this channel for more toys reviews.